Welcome to Two Guys That Talk Sports. It's your boy Andrew, and I got Brad over here, the
What's up?
co-host.
Yo, 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 the co-pirate.
Yo, Brad, I was thinking that we do like a pilot, kind of like a introduction for ourselves, kind of let everybody know
Like an
what we're about
like an
and
like an
what.
airplane pirate?
Yeah, kind of, yeah. I
That's
like that.
that's dumb.
I mean, that's what this episode could be called, the airplane pilot.
That's dumb.
Yeah, no, that's stupid. Um, so yeah, man. How about you go first and talk about your sports teams that you love and desire?
I hate them all. They all suck, man. Um, I'm a fan of the most snake-bitten for NFL franchise of all time, the Atlanta Falcons. Can't get out of their own way. They don't know how to recover onside kicks. They don't know how to run the ball when you need to be throwing the ball, or they don't even know how to run the ball when they are throwing the ball in the Super Bowl and blow huge leads. But it is what it is. Um, NC State fan till I die, and that is also a bad thing because they are never good at anything except for women's basketball.
Y'all had a good game against Wake Forest, though.
Yeah, it looked like a Big 12 football game, didn't it? No
Yeah,
defense. No defense at
pretty
all. Scored a lot of points though. Um,
much.
I'm a big Atlanta Braves fan. Um, I typically stick to the ATL for all my sports teams. I'm also kind of a Hawks fan, I guess. I'm more of a player fan in the NBA than a team fan. I like to follow certain guys. Um, and of course, I'm a Carolina Hurricanes fan because everybody is down here. So, Andy, what are you about yourself?
Cool, man. Yeah, I mean, me. So I'll give you a little bit of background. I was a military kid, so I was bouncing around from state to state. So the coolest part of that is that you get to see a lot of different stadiums and a lot of different things. Um, so for me, first and foremost, NFL, I'm the most passionate team that I am, and I did not switch when one person left our team. I am the fan of a New England Patriots. I didn't switch when Tom Brady left to go to the Bucks. He did a very good job there. I've been a New England fan for as long as Brad has known me.
Eh,
Uh,
answer one question for me. The
no,
last
don't do
time,
that, Brad. You know I
the,
have.
the last time I was at your apartment,
What's that?
what did you have hanging on your bedroom wall?
Are you talking about like college, or are you talking about
Oh
like
no,
NFL?
you had a giant ass Panthers flag hanging up on that wall.
All right. Now, in my defense, I do support my wife's teams as well.
Fuck
A
that.
happy wife, happy
Fuck that.
life.
Uh,
I
supporting your
mean,
supporting your wife's teams does not make you a good husband. That makes you a bitch.
I mean, in most circumstances, yes.
All
But
all
in
circumstances.
my defense, that was like the only reason why I had any Panthers paraphernalia in my house.
Yeah,
Like,
I
if
bet.
you come to my house, I have a Patriots flag flying outside, not a Panthers flag.
That's good. That's good to know.
So I mean, I'm repping my team proud and loud. You know what I mean? College. Brad's gonna get a kick out of this one.
Yeah, this one falls in
Uh,
that same
when
category.
when we first met, um, Tim Tebow was playing, and he knew I was like a groupie slash fanboy of Tim Tebow. Um, so I pulled,
I believe they call them simps these days.
yeah, yeah, I was a simp for Tim Tebow and that Florida Gators team, even though my heart belonged to the University of Georgia,
Rip
and
Aaron
I kind of
Hernandez.
felt like I betrayed them through that whole entire year because they also had a good team and they had a quarterback by the name of David Green. A lot of people don't really know him, but
Lefty.
he was really good. And the backup, who Brad might know since he's a Atlanta Falcons fan, was DJ Shockley
Yes,
that year.
I always thought DJ Shockley was going to be something. He proved me wrong.
Exactly. Exactly. But he didn't get a chance, and I hated it for him. He never got a chance, and then his senior year, he finally showed up and showed out. Had
Yeah,
a good year. And
absolutely.
then we had a good guy by the name of No Shine Marino,
Yeah.
who was a awesome back, but ended up being a bust in the
I
NFL.
I wouldn't call him a bust. He was one of those knee injury guys that got hurt and never recovered.
Kind of like a Marshawn Lattimore from the University of South Carolina Gamecocks. Um, rest his soul.
Whoa,
I
whoa,
love Marshawn Lattimore, even though he
Mark
played for the Gamecocks.
Marshawn Lattimore plays for the Saints. He's a corner. You're thinking of Marcus Lattimore.
Marcus Lattimore, yeah. M's and Lattimore. I got it kind of correct, if you will. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty much it. If I had to root for a college basketball team, it'll be University of North Carolina because of my wife.
Yeah. Who are you a fan of when I first met you?
When I was a prominent fan, I was a Duke Blue Devil fan. Um, and it wasn't because I was joining the bandwagon. It was because my sister actually went there, and I loved the team. But again, happy wife, happy life.
Oh my
I decided
God.
to switch.
If you say that
The
one more
more and
time,
more I'm saying this now, Brad, the
I'm leaving
more
the
and more I
call.
see myself as a bitch. Like I feel like my bitch tendencies coming out.
Bro, one more time. You say that one more time, I'm leaving the call. No
All
cap.
right, well,
No cap.
I can't have you because you're the co-host. So
Co-pirate.
I'll make sure that that won't be said again.
All right.
Um,
Well, you are the one editing the show, so cut it however you please.
yeah, that's true. But no, that's cool. And then for hockey and baseball, I really don't have a team. Like I really don't watch baseball enough to. I have the games on right now, but I don't watch it enough in order to be like cheering for a team. When Brad knew me, I was a Red Sox fan.
Yeah.
Um, but I mean, obviously, everybody knows who watches sports right now knows that the Red Sox suck.
Oh, speaking
Um,
speaking of baseball, just earlier tonight, 2020 NL East champion Atlanta Braves. Just want to throw that out there.
hey, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Y'all, Braves doing well.
Scored a lot
I
of
mean,
runs.
from a kid who lived in Atlanta when you know like I said, I moved around a lot. So my later years in life, I lived in Atlanta. The Braves were decent, but they weren't good. Now they're actually looking really good. I mean, I still can't believe I saw that one game where they put up 29 runs.
Oh yeah.
You remember that? That's crazy.
It was a big night. A lot of homers in that game.
I thought I saw like a.
Saw what? Oh, did we lose Drew? Did we
For this
lose him?
team, but I just chose it
Oh,
because my dad. No, you're cool. I mean, my dad pulls for this team. He loves the Capitals, so I just pull for them too. I mean, like I said, my sports fandom is widespread just because like how I was widespread being a military brat. So those are the teams I pull for. Those are the teams that Brad pulls for. So Brad, let's get into it. We should talk about kind of like how sports
oh,
have evolved through like COVID. I want to hear your thoughts on that.
I mean, sports evolving through COVID. I mean, just like anything, it got shut down. Thanks a lot, Rudy. Rudy
Right,
Gobert. Rudy Gobert ruined the NCAA tournament for us. But
pretty much.
I mean, I'm COVID put everything to a stop. Most importantly, not importantly, I don't want to say most importantly, but most notably the sports world. And fortunately, we're getting back to it. Looks like baseball's got everything under control. The NBA did a great job of getting their bubble up and running down there in Orlando, and that seemed to be a success. WNBA the same. Football's going, I guess. Uh, they haven't had too much trouble, but they're not too deep into the season.
So yeah, I mean, I completely agree. I mean, I feel like the trying times without sports was tough. you know,
Yeah.
there was like nothing to watch pretty much. But now that we do have sports, I mean, it is everybody is still precautious of everything that's going on.
Yeah.
And it just makes it a little bit tougher, because like we want to be a fan and cheer, but like a player gets COVID, they're out. Or like for college football, for instance, like the Notre Dame Wake Forest got canceled because of COVID. Um,
Yeah.
you know,
Or if you go up north and play at MetLife Stadium, uh, the terrible field up there will take your entire defense's knees like it did the Niners this weekend.
I mean, the Niners basically have nobody. Even Jimmy Garoppolo got hurt too.
Yeah, he went down. Bosa's out for the year. Solomon Thomas is out for the year. Tevin Coleman
And
went down. He's out for
a
a couple
lot,
weeks.
lot of injuries,
Yeah, this weekend was rough.
especially like with like fantasy football. Like, I feel like Brad, don't you agree? Like this year is going to be the most trying year, just because like injuries, not having a preseason, COVID, all this stuff. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, it's a lot of hurdles that teams are gonna have to jump to be able to make it through this season unscathed. And I didn't think injuries was gonna be too big of a deal, but apparently week two, not having that preseason, not having an extended training camp to get guys in good enough shape. I don't want to say people showed up out of shape because they obviously didn't, but I don't know that COVID is going to be the biggest decider this season. Um, the division out in the West, the NFC West, is going to be tough, and I don't know if the Niners are going to be able to hang now with all the injuries they suffered just 2 weeks into the season. Um,
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, like a lot of these older veterans are going to be getting contracts now because of these injuries. So I feel like that's a good sign for them. Like your boy Blake Bortles.
yeah, well, speaking of ex Falcons and whatnot, ex boys of mine, Devontae Freeman got signed by the Giants about what 2 hours ago, 3 hours ago.
Yeah, he got a 1 year deal,
One
which
year.
is crazy because I thought like Devontae Freeman actually was not that bad. I thought he was actually
Oh
like,
no, yeah, he was definitely not the problem with the Falcons last year. They can't play defense, but he wasn't the problem. His contract was the problem. That's why they got rid of him, and they could upgrade too. They got Todd Gurley, so I'd rather have Gurley than Freeman, even though I don't hate Freeman.
well, Gurley also performed well against the Cowboys. It's just like you said, the defense, just couldn't make stops.
Yeah, can't give up 40 points.
I mean, that was just like it with you know, like I said, that game. I don't know if you watched Sunday Night Football when they were playing the Seahawks and the Patriots, but that game itself, it was tough, man, to watch at the very last end because I was like, Bill should have called a timeout,
Yep.
like drawn up a play, and not ran that stupid little ISO with Cam
Yeah,
up the
I,
gut.
I want to say something about that too. We're just two morons talking on the internet, but like, what's the deal with the play call and the offensive like setup? Like why are you running two tights, no wideouts, one back in the backfield with Cam? Like the whole world knew what you were doing right there. Like there's no threat of a fade or any play action, any rollout, nothing like that. The whole world knew they were about to just pound it up the middle with Cam.
What I thought what Bill was going to do, which would have been smart, would have been doing like a Tebow esque jump pass, like Tebow did back in when he was playing at Florida, and then he also redid it again in the NFL when he was playing at Denver.
Yeah.
That's what I thought when that lineup was happening. I was like, "Oh, jump pass, cool! Like this, we're gonna win the game." And
Yes.
then when he ran the ISO, I was like, "Oh, he's gonna fake the ISO and then dump it off to the tight end, right?" No, he didn't do that. He just ran up the gut. I was just like, "Oh my gosh!"
Yeah.
I
It
know you
wasn't.
want to like get respect in your name, Cam, but like at the end of the day, like
Whoa, 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 whoa! Respect on his name. He's a former MVP. Like
Well,
he's playing as good as anybody this season.
apparently people are saying that he's still washed and all this other stuff like that. And he's
That's
feeding into the
morons.
hype, and he's just like, I'll rather instead. He made a quote, I think, and this is me paraphrasing. I'm not trying to be, held for, you know, any critics out there who are, listening. He said that I'd rather have respect on my name than get paid this year.
Well, yeah, he could have took any number of jobs, any number of teams' offers to be the backup.
Absolutely,
But
and he would have got paid.
yeah, but he went somewhere where he could play, and that's respectable.
Can't beat that. I mean, like, you can say what you want about Cam. At the end of the day, like, who cares what he wears? Who cares what comes out of his mouth? Like, that boy has heart, and that boy is like a man, and he is like doing the best that he can with what he has. He's not feeling sorry for himself that he doesn't have any top name receivers. He's not feeling sorry for himself that he doesn't have a great defense. He's going out there, strapping up, putting the shoulder pads on, putting the helmet on, and going out there and taking names.
Okay.
So, Brad, I wanted to wrap up this pilot episode by just giving the audience a little bit of what we are, what we talk about. Kind of give them a little synopsis about why we got into this industry
Oh,
and why we love sports.
that's a very, very long conversation on how we got into this. Uh, yeah. Drew asked me, and I said, yeah. So here we are.
Just simple as that. I'm very convincing
Yeah.
to others.
I
But
just can't tell anybody no.
I've told some people that I've heard, in the past. So, Brad, I want to wrap up. Uh, do you have any thoughts, any things that you want to illustrate before we get into episode one?
I don't know, bro. Just excited to see these finals. It's looking like it's going to be Lakers, and who knows in the East. But I think the Lakers have got the West. I know they lost tonight, but they'll be all right.
It's not
Um,
something to pull your hair about. I
nah,
guarantee you.
I think the Heat and Celtics probably going seven. That's going to be a tough series.
I do want to ask you a question before we go, since we didn't touch too much on basketball. But
Hmm?
do you think in the finals, do you think that the team that has the most rest will win the championship, or do you think the team that has the most, how do I put it? I wouldn't say aggression, but I would say like what's that word I'm looking for? Like where it's like you give it your
They've
all.
been battle tested. Is what you're getting at.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, I mean, if the Nuggets make it, they've been battle tested. They come back. They've come down 3-1 twice. But doing that against LeBron and AD is going to be a tough ask. Um, and I mean, LeBron's been there many times. It's nothing new to him. Everybody else that's going to be there, it's going to be new. I mean, Jimmy Butler's never been to a finals. Kimba's never been out of the first round in Boston. Jason Tatum's never been to the finals. Nobody from Denver has. So it's new waters for everybody but LeBron and Rondo. I think they're the only two that's played in the finals. I could be wrong, but I don't know. We'll see. It's gonna be fun.
I completely agree with you. Well, guys, that's it for the pilot episode. I'm your boy Drew.
I'm Brad.
We're just two guys that talk sports.
Later.
Peace out, guys.